Hey everybody, this is Mark, Killer Grill with Mark. Welcome to my kitchen. And today we're going to do something a little different. I know it's probably happened to a lot of you, but you know, it happened to me. Try to see what I'm leaning on right here, right? It's a new garbage disposal. My garbage disposal decided it didn't want to work properly anymore. So I bought a new one. I'm going to show y'all out there how to put it in. It's pretty easy, especially if you are replacing your existing garbage disposal with the same unit, which is what I'm doing. It gave me years of service. I wasn't unhappy with it. So you know, I'm going to replace it with the same unit. Probably my fault it broke anyway. It's usually user error, right? Unless it breaks right away, and then it's probably a manufacturing defect at that point. But when it lasts for years, this one's probably been in here, I wouldn't guess about 8 years. Around there. So, if you don't know, plumbers are expensive, right? They are. I mean, granted, you know, a real plumber deserves to be expensive with his experience and expertise and everything involved. I have nothing against plumbers, but if it's an easy task like this one, why not do it yourself? It literally takes minutes to replace it. So I'm going to show you how. If you don't know how, I'll even throw in a couple other tips, like if you're not replacing it with the same unit, I'll show you the differences that you'll have to hit, you know, if you're not replacing it with the exact same unit like I'm going to do, okay? Especially with this type of unit right here. It has a quick disconnect inside of it. You disconnect it, unplug it, unattach a couple of things, and then you just do the opposite, putting it back. It literally, I mean, if it takes you 30 minutes to remove and replace an existing garbage disposal, it's taking too long. All right. So anyway, let's not waste any more time jibber jabbering like I tend to do, and let's get right to it and let's put a new garbage disposal in. All right. So I went ahead and I opened up the box, pulled out the new garbage disposal. There she blows. Going to be a couple of things you're going to need if you're like me, you're replacing it with the exact unit, right? You're going to need a hammer and a screwdriver, and then you're going to need, you probably won't need all this stuff because you should already have that there and it should easily transfer to the new one. But inside here, there's a little wrench thing that you need. I'll show you. If your disposal is equipped like mine is, with this quick disconnect. All right, that's what this is. It's what's mounted up underneath there. You see this portion right here is what you see on the top of your sink, all right? And down underneath, you might have one of these. It's a quick disconnect. The original garbage disposal, all right? I'll show you this real quick. Like this thing mounts, right, on here like that, and then this pushes up, right? And this is what locks it in place. So you're going to need this tool. I can't even tell you how many people have asked me, what is this tool for? Well, you slip it in there, and I'll give you guys a better view. All right, so here's the top of your disposal, right? It's got these 3 lugs right here, and what you do is you take that wrench and you slide it into that and you turn this, okay? You turn it in order to disconnect it from the quick disconnect, okay? That's what it's used for. All the stuff up here on my sink is in really good condition. I don't know that I'll replace any of it. I might just replace this piece right here. I'll pull that one out and I'll put this new one in place right here. But everything else, I mean, I'm just going to reuse. There's no reason. I don't need to hook this up. As a matter of fact, my sink, this is the drain that goes on here on the side. Mine actually comes out straight. And that's one of the things when you go to order your new garbage disposal, if you have a curved one like this existing on yours right now, then you'll use this one or you'll just reuse the one that's there. They always come with this unit, all right? Mine, it comes out straight, and I'll show you underneath the sink. And so you would have to use, if you don't have one like that, you could buy it at your local hardware store, big box hardware store, whatever. But it comes with a new O-ring bracket and nuts, okay? I might use these, the new O-rings and whatnot. I'm definitely going to keep this and probably use this new one because it's identical to the one that I have right now, but it's brand new, clean, and shiny. So we like brand new, clean, and shiny, right? So I'll probably, keep that. But this I don't need. I'll get rid of it. Okay? So let's get underneath there and let's pop this new one in, okay? Oh. Something that most of us men fail to pay much attention to is this thing right here. It's called the instructions. We don't really read these because we think we know it all. So wives out there, read these for us, okay? So when you see us doing something stupid, you can help us out. All right, so I told you needed a hammer and a screwdriver. This is why. This right here, and I'll show you, okay? This is where your dishwasher, if you have one, pushes the water in to drain through your sink drain. When you get a new disposal, there's a plug in there, all right? And you have to knock that plug out with a screwdriver and a hammer. If you don't, then your dishwasher is going to back up. So you want to remove this guy, right? Your dishwasher is going to back up and all your water is going to flood out the front of your dishwasher once the bottom of it gets full. So make sure if you have a dishwasher that you knock this plug out. If you don't have a dishwasher, don't knock it out. But it's not that difficult. You just get a screwdriver. I use an old screwdriver, one that I don't care gets messed up, and a hammer, and you just pop it in there, right? And then hit it. Boom. And you knock it out, and then you just reach in here and you pull it out, okay? Or just dump it out, whatever. But there's that plug. All right? Make sure you knock that plug out, okay? That's if you have a dishwasher. All right, so don't need the hammer anymore. All right. There's our old. Let me readjust you guys. You guys can actually see a little bit better than I can right now. But right here, this is the quick disconnect I was telling you about. And these are those, dogs right here, okay, right there, where you're going to put that wrench that I showed you, this one right here, to rotate this to get it to disconnect from the quick disconnect up there, right? Then what you need to do is, very first thing before you start anything here, unplug it, all right? Unplug it. Now that's a switched plug, right? It goes up to the switch up there on the next to the sink on the counter. And then the next step is you want to remove these two screws and you want to remove this clamp, this hose clamp right here. All right, so grab your trusty screwdriver. Of course, I'm not using that old piece of junk, right? You can also just use like a socket on those, whatever you want. And you might, I've got a towel down here, and there's also paper towels underneath this towel right here that you see. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. because you might get a little water. Okay, so unplug it first. Okay, now let's remove these, and remember I told you, see how mine is straight, that other one's curved, because it comes straight over here to the drain and goes right into the trap. Okay, it's called a P trap because it's kind of shaped like a P. Anyway, loosen those. All right, get in here. Boom, boom, boom. Once you break them loose, you should be able to loosen them with your fingers. All right. Okay, there's one. I might use the new ones. I don't know. I most likely will use the new O-ring. Okay, slide that back. All right. Now here's your hose. I don't think I'm going to have much moisture in this hose that comes from the dishwasher, mainly because I don't use my dishwasher. I used it when I first moved into this house to wash all the dishes that were in boxes and actually in storage for a couple months before I actually moved into this house. And I washed all my dishes before I put them in the cabinet, and I ran them through the dishwasher, and I believe that was the last time I turned that dishwasher on. A lot of people have told me, oh my God, all the seals are going to be dried out and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, well, I never use the doggone thing, so I'm not that too concerned about it. All right, so I've got this hose removed. I'm just going to kind of prop it up there, right? We're going to reuse this clamp and that hose just like it is. This is all loose. So the next step is to take our tool and just whichever hole is handiest. Remember, when you do this step right here, you know, when you're going to disconnect that quick disconnect, your disposal is going to drop like a rock. All right, because that's all it's holding it in there. So hold on to it. Hold on to it. Okay. All right. Probably do it this way. All right. It's got to go that way. Come on, baby. All right, there, that's loose. That's good. All right, so I'm going to put it back here. I'm going to try to, so I can, whoa, that's not doing what I need it to do. What it's actually turning is up here at the sink, which is not what needs to turn. All right. Come on, baby. So what I'm going to have to do is probably going to have to use my screwdriver to kind of pry it like that, and then turn this, and if it drops, it drops, right? Got to deal with it, right? But it's kind of stuck. Get broke loose here. Let's see if we can get it broke loose. All right. She doesn't want to go. I want to pull it from back here. Oops. Come on, baby. Get in there. There we go. There we go. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Keep going, baby. There we go. All right. So it was a little bit harder than usual to get that out of there, but we got her out. And see how these are kind of tapered right here? They kind of angle like that. Okay. Here's the old disposal, and I'll show you what happened to it. I don't know if you guys can see it. You see that crack right there? I'll bring it over there real close. See the crack right there? What happened was, I was washing dishes. Ugh. and I would open up my cabinet doors to get underneath here and grab something from underneath the sink, and it was just a flood underneath here. So of course I had to figure out, you know, where's that water coming from, right? And didn't take me long to figure it out. It's coming from the doggone disposal. I thought maybe one of these pipes right here, you know, like this one, the P-trap, whatever. No, it was coming out of the disposal. All right, so now we're ready to put our new disposal in, right? So now I'm gonna put this back on. All right, and the thing about that is it's super easy. Hold on. Okay. That should be in that groove right there. Hold on, I popped this out of the groove. There we go. This should go right here in that groove, okay? See, there's a groove right here, right? It should go right there, all right? This thing, it just pushes on. The new one, it just pushes on, okay? That O-ring, here it is, right? It goes right here. That's where it goes, all right? And then this will go right up against it, okay? I can take this old O-ring right here and I can pull it off. It's actually in pretty good shape, but we might as well put a new one on, right? Clean this off a little bit. Okay. All right, there we go. Now we're ready to put the new disposal back in. All right, I got my screwdriver, got my handy dandy little tool. O-ring's already in there. We know it's going to be oriented in this direction, right? Because that's where our hoses hook up, correct? We've got our plug knocked out, and we're ready to rock and roll. All right, so I hope you guys, I'm going to move you guys over a little bit. Give me a little bit more maneuvering room here. There we go. All right. Okay, so now I'm going to push it up like this. Okay. Just like that. This piece right here has to go right inside this lip here. All right. Okay. So push it up there. Not really that concerned with getting that lined up yet. But then we got to get this bad boy started, right? You almost need 3 hands to do this. And I don't have a third hand. I only came with 2. All right. But there's these little dogs right here you want to catch in there. Okay. All this other stuff you can line up after you get this done. But there. See how it snapped up there? All right. Get it started. Okay. Take your handy dandy little tool, and you want to make sure all the way around is cut. Looks good to me, I believe. And then you just want to turn it. Ugh. And it's going to try to turn the entire disposal, but there you go. All right, we're lined up here, right? Once you get it turned, see how it spins right here? Okay, you can turn it, get it lined up. Okay, get your, I'm going to use the new bolts, all right, to go with the new disposal. So I'll get those going, all right, get them started here. You know, old man fingers. Come on, get in there. Sometimes it's easier to back that off and get these started, and then boom, there we go. The back one, of course, is the more difficult one because we can't see it. But we'll get that one going too. Boom. Probably do it quicker and easier because I can't see it. There we go. It's on. All right. Get those tightened up. You want to tighten up because you want that seal to seal. And what I do is I run them down, right? Run them down so far on either side. Okay, like that. Then come back over here, because that's an O-ring. You don't want it to be pinched. You don't want it to be uneven. You want even pressure on both sides. All right, that's tight. Okay, boom. That's tight. Now let's check this one. Good and tight. All right, now we put our hose back on. And one thing you want to notice, see these barbs? All right, you want to make sure you're on all the way, and then you want this hose clamp all the way on. Okay, so make sure you're all the way on. Tighten up your hose clamp. Okay, and the hose clamp, as you tighten it, it's going to try to creep one direction, right? So sometimes what you do is start it over here, because you want it in a location where it's easy to access. All right. Okay. Okay. These are a lot of times easier to use with a socket or a nut driver. All right. I don't really want that. Hold on. I just noticed that the hose clamp is kind of creeping off the end of the hose. I don't want it off the end of the hose. I want it on the hose. So we'll go back. Loosen it up, go back, retighten it. Okay. And you don't have to tighten this hose clamp so tight, you know, that you're going to pinch all the way through the hose. See how I didn't really do it too tight, but see how I cannot twist that hose on there? That's how you want it, okay? You can't twist it, but it's holding it firmly. All right, so everything's connected, everything is tight. We're good up here, all right? It's solid on there. All right, now I'm gonna take and I'm gonna run my power over these. And why am I running over these? Because then it's not hanging down here. Plug it in. That's it. We just replaced the garbage disposal. How long did it take? I think 15 minutes to do it, explaining it to you. If I wasn't going through all the explanation of what we're doing with all this stuff, I could have done it 10 minutes, all right? So there we go. Garbage disposal is brand new, ready to rock. Now we're gonna test it. Okay, I'm gonna turn on the water. You wanna always run cold water when you're running the garbage disposal, because the water is what cools the motor. Okay? Let's give it a, let's pop it on here real quick. Woo! There we go. Nice, quiet. Right? I'm gonna push all this gunk that fell off when I was installing it, and I want to check for leaks. All right, I've got water running right now. I have no moisture whatsoever. Everything's good. We're good to go. All right, so this is the old garbage disposal. I'm gonna put it in the box that one came with. All right, because that's how I'm going to dispose of it, in the box. Couple of things real quick, like before I finish this completely up, this video, hold on. Most of your garbage disposals basically are going to come with the cord installed. If the cord is not installed, all you got to do is remove this little plate right here, hook up the wires. Right? It's pretty straightforward. If you're going to be replacing it with a different style garbage disposal that doesn't have the quick disconnect, you're going to have to unscrew this from your sink, and you'll need plumber's putty. So You take everything out underneath, you remove this ring, right? And then you'll have to put a new ring in with it, you know, and then reassemble this. I mean, I don't know. I've done a couple garbage disposals, a couple different houses. They have not all been this brand, right? These are In-Sink-Erators. You notice it says In-Sink-Erator right on there. All right, they make the majority. I mean, there's other manufacturers, but the majority of the ones you're going to find in your houses are going to be In-Sink-Erators. Okay, so they should work just fine. They should have that quick disconnect. All right, should be fine. Okay, all right. So remember, I'm going to use this new one, right? So I'm going to grab that one. Hey guys, really? These are the old ones that came out of that one. What do you think the odds of me ever using these are? Pretty slim to none, but how many of us save those things just in case? Guess what? Throw them away. I'm not going to use this. Throw it away. That's my old O-ring. Throw it away, all right? Coupon that came out of the dishwasher plug. Throw it away. I am not going to use any of that crap, okay? I have, for years and years and years, what did we do? We saved everything, and then we ended up with a bunch of crap in our garage. We have no idea where it came from. That's where it comes from. You don't throw anything away. Throw the shit away. Excuse my language, but throw it away. Okay? Register it. Right? Register it. That way, if there's a problem with it, you can use that warranty, get it replaced, okay? Instructions, as always, throw them away. We don't read them anyway. We don't need to, right? Because we're smarter than the instructions. Come on, guys. Back me up. Girls? Really? On stuff like this, you don't need instructions to tell you go like this, go like that, and plug it in and turn it on, all right? I mean, I understand some people don't know how to do it. Well, guess what? I just made a video to show you how. YouTube. Everything. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. If this video has been in any way, shape, or form informative or entertaining, all right, I'll go light on the entertaining part. Anyway, give it a like. Over there in the bottom right hand corner, it's called the subscribe button. Subscribe. Turn on notifications, hit that bell, right? Give me a comment. I appreciate it. Y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you. God bless.